Hello, I'm back. I'm going to be doing a water themed set because mainly I really want to get more use out of this because it's so nice. But also I've got these white satin and icy clear water. I really want to be doing something with these, so I'm going to be making a press on set kind of themed with water, and I'm going to do the base with this, the milky base nail thoughts. I've got a few other bits laid out, I'll show you. These are the supplies I've got out ready to be used in the water. Got some nice crystals, some chrome, lots of charms and caviar beads and gems and all sorts of stuff like that. And also I can just show you my desk. So this is the new lamp I got. So far, love it. Look, woo! Messy bits over there, other bits, drink, and a yogurt because I have a sore throat, so apologies if I sound a bit croaky. I'm going to do the bases and the basic bits, and then I will come back to you. So I've done 3 coats of milky base on the white ones and 3 coats of white satin on the silver one, which you can see is like so nice. And I wanted to keep it a little bit see-through, so that's why I didn't do any whitey. I didn't do any milky base on the silver one. But look what I did to this one. I stuck it too far in the lamp and now it's got a weird ledge. But I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to file it down, and I'm going to file it down, and I'm going to put another coat on, and we'll pretend it didn't even happen. Won't even mention it. The base colours are all on, and then what I'm going to do is a gradient here and a gradient here, and I'm going to do that with white satin and tropical water. So I just thought I'd show you how I do the gradient. What I've been doing recently is been getting these little makeup sponges and ripping them up, and then I can then just dab as much or as little as I want up and down the nail, and you can do this like quite a lot without disrupt, and because you've got those unsheer portions, it doesn't disrupt it, and that's what I've been doing for the gradient. You can see the transition is not smooth, it's not completely smooth. You can definitely see the gradient lines where I've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And for what I'm doing, it doesn't matter because I'm building on top of the nail. But if you wanted to get rid of that, you just do whichever method you wanted to do with the sponge or with the brush. You would just do that multiple times until you get a really nice smooth gradient. I don't need to do that today because I'm putting stuff on top of these nails and I want it to be a little bit more like a ripply water type thing. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how I get a gradient without any airbrush. Basically, I don't have an airbrush. I don't want an airbrush. I don't want to learn how to use an airbrush. I just want to do it with either a brush or a sponge. And if you don't have a sponge and you don't have like a long gradient brush like this, I literally only got that brush 2 days ago. I was using this brush and they all work fine. Just, you just have to make what tools that you have work for you. You can't be going out buying new stuff all the time. Where was I going with this? Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you the gradient. Okay, all the bases are on. I've got tropical water, a gradient, and the white satin. So the white satin is on the gradient as well. This one it's going to be sort of the whitest one. The whitest? The silveriest. Is that a word? Silveriest. This one's not going to be blue. I'm going to start with a thumb. I'm going to start with a thumb because it's the biggest. It's a big one. I was going to put the blue one on, but actually we could put the see-through one and then put the blue one on there. Oh, that might be nice. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that instead. Change of plan. This is going to have a blue crystal. This is going to have a see-through crystal. I don't have a major plan for this one. I'm just feeling the creativity. I'm going to use this to attach the crystals. I'm going to speed you up and see how we go with this. I'm going to just have to manhandle these. Look how pretty that is. Look, that's why you should cure it, because I've pushed it all the way across the nail. I wish I had some smaller ones of this clear. What else can I put in? It's fine, we're just playing today. So I didn't have a plan for today, but when I was doing, I had like a Zoom type meeting thing today. And I was like, oh, I've got no ideas, I don't know what to do. And it's funny because as soon as I was meant to be doing something else, I then started to get ideas. So I was like, oh, actually maybe I'll play with all the blue bits. I've got the blue water because that's really lovely. So as soon as I was doing, you know, my actual job, then I got some ideas. I decided to do a fun blue one. Oh, I like that. That's nice. I really like that. Okay, I'm going to cure that. How nice are these though? These were just AliExpress. So it's really a gamble with AliExpress, because sometimes you get these like some really lovely bits, and other times, like what I had to do the other day, I got some really ugly gems and I had to say, this is not what you said they were going to be, and they did refund me, so that was good. Oh, I love it. I feel kind of bad for using up supplies on nails that are never going to be worn, but on the flip side of that is that this is my hobby, and you should be allowed to spend money on your hobby without, you shouldn't have to be productive in your hobby to be able to enjoy your hobby. You know, there's a massive pressure to monetize your hobbies. In fact, that's what I did and what I work as now, and I do not enjoy it. I wish I had kept it as a hobby, to be honest with you. So this is okay, and I don't feel guilty. I do feel guilty, but I don't feel guilty for spending money and using supplies, doing things that I enjoy for my hobby. I'm going to cure that, and then I'm going to top coat it, but I'm going to I'll just show you. Yeah, I'm going to use this top coat. So I'm using a brush because I don't want the top coat to go over the faucets of the crystal, the top of the crystal, because if it goes over, sorry, I'm concentrating. If it goes over the top of the crystal, it will dull the shine of it and make it more like a round gem rather than a fauceted crystal. But also, you shouldn't just, well, I mean, you do whatever you like, but I don't like leaving any gaps in between the crystal, the glue that I've applied the crystals with, whatever glue that may be, and the nail, because it can trap germs, not just the kind of dirt that you can see, but like that on very small scale, it can trap microparticles. And these are false nails, so that it won't affect your actual, it won't affect the growth of your actual nail, but it may affect the transfer of germs. And if you are working in a hospital, then you really don't want to be transferring anything that you shouldn't be around the hospital, or a school even, because everyone knows schools, nurseries, that sort of thing, absolute germ factories, and you don't want to be taking that home or bring it in to work with you. That was a really long-winded way of saying, make sure your top coat goes up to the sides of your crystals. I'm sorry about that. I feel like I'm just chatting nonsense. Oh, that is pretty. Right, into the lamp. I'm going to work on this now. There it is, all top coated. It's a mirror image of the thumb. But yeah, I really like this design. I might do this on my own hands. Really pretty, really happy. Last nail. And they're all done. Let me talk you through what I did, because I wasn't too chatty while I was doing it. That one you did see, but this one is exactly the same as that, except reversed, and the pointy tip has one less diamond because of the size. But if you can see, if you turn the gems, there's gems underneath, so you should get a bit of sparkle wherever you turn the thumb and the ring. Oh, the ring finger, that's what it's called. I forgot earlier. This one I did use some very gloopy top coat to make these ripples. They're not perfect, but I am quite happy with them for our first go. I used some chrome powder on that, and I like how that looks behind, in front of the gradient. I think that looks quite magical, quite iridescent. Quite pleased with that one. The little finger is the one I'm probably the least happy about, but it's the first go doing this sort of thing, so I did learn some bits. So I learned that I'm going to use caviar beads instead of the chains for a smaller nail, because it will be easy. It's easier to, those chains you can't bend, and on a tiny nail you just can't like get them to sit as close together as you want them to make the curve. So that's something good I learned. And I used these pixie stones, which I was really pleased about. I think they look really nice, like an amethyst or something you get from one of those nice shops with all the rocks. And then for the middle nail, I had the background of tropical water, and I used a little bit of silver foil just in this lower corner here. And then, oh, and I used some clear icy water. Is it icy water? Yeah, icy clear water, just so that the top gets that magnetic point over the blue. And then I went over the foil and the magnet gel with the diamond flash nail thoughts with the flash gel. But it was so pigmented, it was like so hefty with the flash pigment. I actually removed a little bit just off the top so you can still see the blue. But the flash is good. I think it just adds a little extra something. I did think about adding one of these gems, but I felt like they were too gold in tone, and I really wanted to keep it just like a cool tone, blue and silver. But yeah, that's my water themed no plan set. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing this one, despite having a bad throat. Yeah, let me know what you think. If you've got any tips for any of the techniques that I have butchered, do let me know. I'm really quite proud of these ones. I quite like them. Thank you for watching. Bye. Ooh. Sorry, the other hand. Ooh. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I just really do like a good old chat. If it's a hygiene chat as well, I'm there. This one, don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. This one